right, look, we got a crazy story today. All right, University of California, Berkeley professor's ex-wife accused of his killing all the way in a completely different continent from where they lived and where they got married and where they had kids at. A University of California Berkeley professor was killed by his ex-wife all the way across the continent after their divorce. All right, so listen, may God rest his soul first of all, but we're gonna get to this video.
News media in Greece reporting that the ex-wife of a UC Berkeley professor and several others have been arrested in connection with his murder. The professor's friends say he was there for a custody hearing with his ex-wife and was on his way to see the children when he was shot and killed. KTVU's Tori Gaines joins us now with the very latest. Tori?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Those reports say 5 people have now been arrested in connection to the shooting and killing of that 43-year-old UC Berkeley professor. Now, he was in Greece to see his kids and potentially discuss custody arrangements with his ex-wife. Now, his ex-wife and her current partner are both behind bars. The shooting of UC Berkeley professor Chemislav.
And notice on top of that too, I don't know the timeline of them getting divorced and things like that, because, you know, over 50% of people end up getting divorced. You know what I mean? Like, I think 56, 57, 58, you know what I mean? Around that percentile. So, you know, divorces happen, things happen, right? But a lot of times, I think 80%, either 70 to 80%, 70 to 80% of divorcees, men and women, end up getting remarried in the next 5 years, all right? But her having a boyfriend, I understand the statistics and things like that. But, you know, her having a boyfriend after getting divorced and, you know, letting the motherfucker be around his kids, it's a bit weird. It's a bit odd. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that.
Zhezhorski by a masked man in Athens on July 4th has now led to 5 arrests. Greek media site Tovima reports that the Greek police have arrested his ex-wife on suspicion that she plotted his killing.
And look, they both got 2 kids. 2 kids ain't got no parents now.
She and her current partner are both in police custody, along with 3 others suspected of involvement in the killing. The report says the men are accused of providing the firearm that took Zhezhorski's life.
My heart breaks for his brother, for his mother, for, you know, the tragedy.
Zhezhorski, known by friends as PJ, was in Greece to spend time with his twin children, which he shares with his ex-wife. Friends say he was also expecting to meet with his ex-wife in court as a part of their custody discussions. Zhezhorski's twins were born in San Francisco, and the family lived in the Bay Area for some time. When he and his wife divorced, she moved back to her home country of Greece with the children. A UC Berkeley colleague sharing the following statement with KTVU after hearing news of the arrest, saying, "I trust that the investigators will continue to work diligently and justice will be served. At this point, our main priority should be to give all assistance to Shemek's brother to ensure his children's well-being." A fundraiser established by his family has already raised over 54,000 euros. The family says this will help cover attorney fees and the cost of returning his remains to his home country of Poland. For now, his loved ones face the impossible journey of moving forward without him.
All right, so look. This is the article of, you know, what happened before he ended up getting killed, right? Slain University of California Berkeley professor said in restraining order request. That means he tried to get a restraining order on the ex-wife, all right? In restraining order request, ex-wife made him fearful for his life. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm gonna just call him PJ. Months before PJ, a marketing professor from the University of California, Berkeley, was killed in Greece, he filed a request for a restraining order against his wife, saying he was fearful for his life due to alleged previous instances of blackmail, financial abuse, and physical assault by his ex-wife's boyfriend, according to court documents obtained by ABC News. The request was denied by a California court. 5 people have been arrested in connection to the killing, including the professor's ex-wife. All right, so look, bro. Look, main thing I'm trying to say is this. I don't usually do content like this, but I feel like it was important to overlap or, you know, showcase just for this main particular reason. All right, you gotta understand. Look, this girl killed her ex-husband for their parting in their relationship, they're parting and, you know, they're departing from each other, their separation and their marriage. You know what I mean? Even though she had a whole new boyfriend, she was still fucked up about that dude, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And she was so fucked up about the marriage, so much so that she was willing to kill the dude, go to jail, and have the kids have no parent, mom or dad included. The main point I'm trying to make here is this. Listen, it doesn't matter if she thick, it doesn't matter if she bad, it doesn't matter if she, you know what I mean, love bombs you, or she says she want to be in a relationship. Listen, every girl that comes around shouldn't be, you know, the girl you trying to fuck with all the time. You shouldn't be trying to fuck with every girl that come around, because some of these girls got issues. Okay, same way with females. You shouldn't be trying to be in relationships or fucking with dudes or taking certain type of dudes seriously that come around, because every dude that come around, and fellas, every girl that come around is not meant for you. Okay, some people got problems. Some people got problems so much so that even if y'all got kids together, even if she got a new boyfriend after your divorce, she'll still try and do some petty shit, and she'll even take it to the extent of trying to kill you. And maybe she gets lucky and she does it. God rest his soul, don't get it fucked up. But understand, bro, like, this is the worst possible outcome you could ever go through when you fucking with the wrong woman. When you fucking with a woman that got bad energy, or with females, same shit. When you fucking with a dude that got bad energy, you know what I'm saying? When you fucking with people that are no good for you, you gotta have discernment, okay? This is the worst thing that could ever happen when fucking with a person that is not meant for you. Fucking with a person that's no good for you. Yeah, some of y'all probably watching probably got cheated on or got played, but that wasn't as bad as getting killed and having 2 kids that ain't got no mom or dad. You shouldn't be trying to get with every girl, and females, you shouldn't be trying to get with every guy. Some of these people have issues, okay? And those issues will reflect back onto your life when you try to have a family with them, when you try to take them seriously. Some people, yes, you should forgive, you should, you know what I'm saying, be there for people, you should show up for people, but some people are so deep in that imposter syndrome. So some people are so self-sabotaging that there's no saving you could do for them. Friends, family, and fucking relationships included. Okay? You gotta understand that. Not every girl is worth it. And females, not every dude is worth it as well. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that discernment, because if you don't got that discernment, you could end up like this as well. May God rest his soul, alright, to that professor. May God rest his soul. But that's the main thing I wanted to go over. Like, bro, you could have the same happen to you. Messing with the wrong person. And you think this bitch moved on. You think she moved on, or females, you think he moved on. But look at this situation. The dude got divorced with the female. The dude got divorced with his wife. The wife got a new boyfriend. Maybe off the rip. Who knows, right? She got a new boyfriend, all right? And even though she got a new boyfriend, she told his boyfriend to set up a whole plot. Not only to beat his ass the first time, because like we said, you know, physical assault by her, you know, her boyfriend, but to literally kill him. And he didn't even realize this dude was so easy to play around and shit like that. But you gotta understand, some females and some dudes as well are so manipulative that they'll get another person to handle their business and be involved in their business and triangulate this shit by bringing another person in between y'all individual issues, and then make them get involved in this shit, making it 30 times worse than what it already is. But the whole time that person doesn't even understand what the fuck she's doing. He didn't even understand that was her boyfriend. You know what I mean? She probably loving him, you know what I'm saying? Kissing him, saying I love you and things like that. But the whole time, she still fucked up on the husband. She was still fucked up on the ex-husband. So much so that she convinced the ex-boyfriend, or the boyfriend, matter of fact, to go kill the ex-husband. What type of shit is this? What? Try to get the boyfriend to kill the ex-husband. Even though this is your new boyfriend, you should have moved on with this new boyfriend. No, you were using this dude to get rid of that guy. You know what I'm saying? You were using the boyfriend to get rid of the ex-husband, man. And he didn't even realize. He probably just accepted it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't realize he was getting played. He didn't realize he was getting manipulated like that. Like he was getting, you know what I'm saying, used up like a fucking, bro, you was getting used up more than a fucking PS5 controller. The last thing I'm gonna say, matter of fact, is that it don't matter how much you crave love, how hungry you get for, you know, to be in a relationship, how bad you want it. Listen, bro. Don't get in a relationship when you want it super badly. Don't get in a relationship when you want it like really bad, when you feel like you can't, you know, do good on your own. So much so that you need to be in a relationship. No. Okay? Do that shit and you might end up getting in the wrong person. Do that shit and you might end up, you know what I'm saying, being with the wrong person for you. Do that and you might end up getting not only cheated, not only played, but end up getting killed. after not only having 2 kids with this person. They might try and kill you. You know what I'm saying? People come with bad energy. All right, there's always going to be people with bad energy all around. Okay, there is always going to be people with bad energy. Okay, bad energy, bad intentions, bad mental health, and bad everything. Okay, people that are just no good, not whatsoever for you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what type of sex they got. It doesn't matter what they buy you, this and that and third. No, it's not even worth it. Because at that point, you got to pay a bigger price at the end. It's no type of shit where you got to deal with all this type of stuff, all because, you know what I mean, you weren't no good on your own. You got to deal with all this bullshit. You got to deal with this toxic bullshit, this back and forth, her trying to, break up with you and then moving on to a new person, but still trying to get back at you with the new person that she's with. Like, listen, bro, it's bad energy. You don't got to deal with that as long as you are secure in yourself, all right? Because if you aren't secure in yourself and then you get in a relationship, guess what? You're going to be hungry. And when you're hungry, you're going to try and get whatever you can get. Okay, like I said, bro, listen, you don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, because you're gonna get whatever you need in that moment. So if you're hungry and you know what I'm saying, you feel like you need love and you're trying to get in a relationship, you're just gonna get what you can need or what you could want or what's gonna help you in that moment, but not what's gonna benefit you in the long run. You gotta understand that. Be secure in yourself, because if you're secure in yourself, it don't matter what a female does, or even females, it doesn't matter what a dude does. You know what I'm saying? When you try to talk to somebody, when you put yourself out there, guess what? You gonna be straight. You are going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Even if they do some weird shit, even if they say some weird shit, even if they're talking to another person while you're talking to them, it doesn't matter. Wanna know why? Because you're good with yourself. So you don't need this to work out. You don't need this to work out, but it would be fun to go out with this person. You know what I'm saying? Be secure in yourself, bro. Be secure in yourself, because if you're not secure in yourself and try and get in a relationship, you're going to end up getting with the wrong person. Yeah, it's good at the start. Yeah, it's good in the moment, but it's not what you need for the long run. All right. So listen, bro, y'all take it easy. Y'all stay safe. Stay out of the way, man. Share face.